Hi there. Today I'm going to explain to you my health campaign that I have been working on. So to start off with, my health campaign is targeted at bettering heart health, and I chose a specific population of older adults. I feel like heart health is a very major topic that is not spoke about enough because it is the #1 killer. And specifically, I wanted to focus on older adults because many people don't know the risks and how your heart ages as you get older. It doesn't stay the same, it ages with you. So I really wanted to focus on those who are 65 and older because they are more prone to heart disease, heart attacks, and strokes. And I also wanted to kind of reach out to the population that is like right below them, like middle-aged people as well, so I could educate them on the steps that they need to be taking now so that as they get into that older adult range of the elderly population. So for my campaign, I basically just wanted to find a way to kind of implement this and get people to want to be educated and want to know the information. So putting on something in communities and making graphics that they would actually be interested in, because we all know the older population doesn't get out much anymore and they like to read the paper or watch television. So I decided to come up with a program that would teach them about how the heart ages. I also thought that if we started like teaching them exercises, because most older adults don't exercise and they don't know what the exercises are, so they don't go to the gym because they feel like they're a burden on the younger population. And teaching them healthy dieting or eating habits that will help their heart. I know a lot of older adults don't really cook that often, or they have someone else cook for them, but if we teach them and educate them sooner, then they will live a longer and healthier life. And these practices are so justified because if we just sit here and let them age and eat and not exercise and do whatever they want, then we're just going to keep going at a rate of increased heart diseases and increased heart attacks, increased strokes, when we want to decrease those numbers going on in the future. So while I was creating this campaign, like I said, my main goal was to kind of plan and create activities that were engaging and hold seminars and just basically find any way to educate the older population on heart health. So when I was thinking of ways to create this, I thought that the older population is probably more hands-on. So by having like a seminar and inviting them to come and having like speakers or other people involved in the campaign teach them exercises hands-on right there, and then have them have a cooking class right there and teach them different foods and things that they can eat while they are there, I think would be so beneficial. Because while my long-term goal overall is to decrease the number of people who die from heart attacks, strokes, and heart disease, my main priority is getting them engaged first and getting them to these seminars that I have been working on constructing. And I think if we get this outreach, then there will be no problem in that it'll be very sufficient. Kind of communicate my campaign, I thought of a lot of different things. My original plan was to make a commercial and because we all know the older population most of the time stays indoors and stays at home and watches TV a lot. So I thought that if we did a commercial that they could see on TV on any channel about a seminar, or just basically educating them on heart health as they get older in general, would be very beneficial. Unfortunately, people that I had to help me with the project of the commercial and like film backed out at the last minute. So instead I thought of another way of like making a magazine, or like a graphic that goes into a magazine that you could find at like any social place they would go to, like a doctor's office. My main concern when I was going through this process was a lot of the big things right now and getting in touch with people is through social media. But the older population does not work well with social media, and they don't pertain to it. So I had to think of different ways to kind of come about that. So here is my promotional material. I'll kind of leave it up there for a second. While I was making my promotional material, like I said, I wanted to do a commercial, but then I ended up making a graphic that could go into a magazine, or heck, even a newspaper. I thought that I just had to put the precise information and engaging colors and pictures that would interest the older population. Most of the time, they do not want to read or see some silly graphic because they don't find it as appealing as the younger population. I thought that just explaining it straight to the point and not over explaining it would make them want to read it and engage them and bring them in and be more excited about the seminar and the education that they can learn about themselves and how to protect themselves and just make them better overall. When I was doing the piloting activity, which was the promotional material and kind of giving it to my peers, unfortunately I did not get a lot of negative feedback. I wanted to kind of learn and get more like benefits from it, and while I did get some slight changes to make and like grammatical errors, I wish there would have been more critique, but maybe it was just like good enough and beneficial to that population that I was going towards, like the health statistics and everything not being overused. So I thought that I could have used a little more critique because I did change it a little bit, but overall I thought it was very nice to hear from some of my classmates. Overall, I think this campaign's efficacy will be perceived in a very positive light. I mean, there's a lot of things we can't do for heart health, such as genetics, family history, whatever, diction. But at the end of the day, in the end result, if we give them these details and information and seminars, then the outcome will be so much greater than what we even intended. So overall, I think that this health campaign project was very successful, and I think it allowed me to gain insight on not only the topic that I wanted to reach, but seeing how other campaigns handled what they did and how they went about it was very, very helpful and gave me a lot of insight. I don't think a lot of courses allow you to kind of learn these skills and make your own campaign and try to get it out there. But I think it was a very educational and successful project, and I really hope it goes the way I would like it to. And here are my references. Thank you.